Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to our Srimad Bhagavatam overview class. We'll begin with our prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshuro Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नित्यनामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधार शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, welcome everyone. We are discussing from the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, and last time we discussed how Balramji he visited Vrindavan because Parikshit Maharaj he was feeling so very disturbed, remembering the separation of Brajvasis. So Shukdev Goswami, to console Parikshit Maharaj, he describes a story, a pastime where Balramji he went to Vrindavan to console all the Brajvasis. And then after that, we discussed how there was a related story. When Balramji was in Vrindavan, there was a king of Karusha. His name was Poundrak, Shrigal Vasudev. He was also called as Shrigal Vasudev, imitation Vasudev. So he was thinking himself to be Lord Vasudev because some foolish men they started praising him and he got swayed away by that. And he thought now Balram is not there, so it will be easy to defeat Krishna. So he sent a message telling that, telling Lord Krishna that you surrender all your symbols, they are mine. So Lord and all the assembly members, they laughed, and then immediately Krishna, he went and attacked the king of Kashi because Poundrak was there that time. And very easily, Krishna, he killed, cut off the head of Poundrak and cut off the head of king of Kashi also, and sent that head back to the city flying, because king of Kashi he had told all his citizens, today I am going to get the head of the Dwarkadhish. So the son of king of Kashi, Sudakshin, he became very angry. He wanted to take a revenge. He performed a yagya and he created a demon out of black magic. And the demon went and started attacking all the Dwarka Vasis and destroying Dwarka. Krishna, he released his Sudarshan Chakra, which was millions of times more powerful than this Dakshinagni fire demon. And this demon, he retreated back, went and killed Sudakshina and all the priests. And Sudarshan went behind and destroyed the entire city, burned the entire city of Kashi. So this is what we discussed. So now we'll be discussing the 67th chapter. Lord Balram slays Dvivida gorilla. So, Parikshit Maharaj, now he wants to hear something about Balramji. भूयोऽहं श्रोतुमिच्छामि रामस्याद्भुतकर्मणः अनन्तस्य प्रमेयस्य यदन्यत् कृतवान् प्रभुः. So he's telling to Shukdev Goswami, oh my lord, Bhuyo aham shrotum ichhami. I want to hear further Ramasya Adbhut Karmana, the wonderful, astonishing, and astounding activities and the pastimes of Lord Balram, who is Ananta and Aprameya, who is unlimited and is immeasurable. Yadanyat Kritaman Prabhu, please tell me what else he did. You know? So you have told me some of the pastimes, but I want to hear more of the pastimes. So actually what had happened, being absorbed in the pastimes of Krishna, actually Shukdev Goswami had missed some of the events of Balramji, some of the incidents, pastimes of Balramji. So Parikshit is reminding. So that is how Parikshit Maharaj is showing his eagerness. He wants to hear everything. He is not in hurry. That, oh class, please end the class fast. We want to do so many other things. He's reminding, "Arey, wo wala bhi reh gaya, wo wala bhi bataiye." I want to hear that also. In the second canto, if you remember, in the 8th chapter, Parikshit Maharaj asked a list of questions. Whole chapter is, full of questions. That chapter is entitled Questions by King Parikshit. So after asking so many questions, he told, please answer all these questions and please tell me what I have not asked also. That's the eagerness of Parikshit Maharaj. Vayam tuna vitripyama. We are not satisfied. The sages of Naimisharanya are telling. Shukdev Goswami, Parikshit Maharaj is telling, please continue. This Krishna Katha is nectar. Don't think I am satiated, I am hungry. Naishati dusaha shrunmam tyaktodam api badate vibantam tvanmukham bhoja chutam harikathamritam. In the beginning of 10th canto, Parikshit Maharaj is telling, please don't think that I am hungry and tired and thirsty. Continue. Because I am drinking the nectar of Harikatha from your mouth. So he's reminding also, please tell me that. Oh reh gaya, please tell me more. Because Balramji's pastimes are Adbhut Karmanaha. They are very, very astounding and astonishing. So one of the pastimes which he is indicating is, how Balramji dragged Yamuna river. We just heard how Balramji dragged Yamuna river. It is not so easy and nobody can do it. Adbhut Karmana. But the pastimes of Lord, they are Ananta. So please tell me more. I want to hear more of the pastimes. And they are Aprameyasya also. He's telling, although I cannot measure the pastimes of Balramji, but please tell me whatever you think I can assimilate. Please tell me more. So Shukdev Goswami, when he heard this request from Parikshit Maharaj, he continues. He tells about the Dvirida gorilla. Narakasya sakha kachit dvivido nama vanaraha Sugriva sachivo sotha bhrata amaindasya viryavan. So he is now telling a story about a vanara, monkey called Dvivida. He was an ape, gorilla. Narakasya sakha, actually he was friend of Narakasur. Narakasya sakha kashchit Dvivido nam, and his name was Dvivida. And who was he? Actually, he is not an ordinary monkey. He was there in the Ramayana also. He was the Sachiva. He was the minister of Sugriva, and he helped Lord Ram. And he was the friend of another powerful monkey who helped in Lord Ram's army, Mainda. So somebody would think, how come such great monkeys who helped in the pastime of Lord Ram, how they are behaving in such a sinful way, how they became demons? So Chakravarti Thakur and Jiva Goswami, they tell the history. They tell that actually Dvivida, although he was an associate of Lord Ram, but because he started associating with a demon Narakasur. So Narakasur got corrupted because of the association of Banasur, and Dvivida got corrupted because of the association of Narakasur. That is how association is contagious. Prabhupada writes in the first canto purport, in the verse, where Narad Muni is telling about his previous life. Uchishtalepān anumodito dvijai sakritsma bhunje tadapasta kilvishai evam pravrittasya vishuddha chetasas tadharma evatma ruchi prajayate. So Narad Muni is telling, only once I tasted the remnants of the footsteps of the Bhaktivedantists by their permission. And just by that one act, all my sinful activities went away and the nature of devotional service became attractive to me. Prabhupada writes a beautiful purport. He begins, pure devotional service is as infectious in the good sense as an infectious disease. So the association is contagious. Either association of pure devotee or association of a demon. And especially we can see this in this COVID times, how association spreads from one person to another to another. The infection is spreading, no end to it. So Banasur, he corrupted Narakasur corrupted and infected this Dvivida. That's how we have to be so very careful in who we are associating with. We have to be very, very cautious. That is the main lesson which we can learn from this story. That although Dvivida and Mainda, they were the associates of Lord Ram, none other than Lord Ram. They served Lord Ram. It was not that they were, from birth only they were inimical and they never got a chance to serve Lord Ram or Lord devotees. They were serving. But, this shows that however great a devotee may become, if we are a little bit careless and we start taking things for granted, especially in today's age, these demons of all the bombardment of media and all the garbage is going on. So we have to be really careful with whom we are associating. Even a little bit of association, love matra sadhu sangha sarvasiddhi can happen. And if we start associating with the wrong people, that can also destroy us. So Dvivida and Mainda, they were serving Lord Ram, Supreme Personality himself. They also got corrupted. That is the power of bad association. And why Dvivida, he fell down? Why he got affected by this bad association, that is another story. So one thing, he started associating with this Narakasur, and why he developed a desire to associate with Narakasur, that is another history. Because he disrespected Lakshman. He disrespected the other devotees. So therefore, if we disrespect and offend the devotees of the Lord, then for sure our fall down is confirmed. Just like if somebody is a very, very powerful devotee, very strong devotee, who has made so many devotees, who has contributed so much in Krishna consciousness, if he offends devotees, even seemingly very insignificant anartha can overcome him. As we can see in the case of Shaubari Muni. Shaubari Muni, he was such a great mystic yogi. He was doing tapasya underwater. But he saw two fishes mating. We cannot even recognize what two fishes they do when they come together. Why he got affected by such an insignificant distraction? Because he offended Garuda. So because Dvivida, he offended Lakshman and other devotees, thinking that he is more powerful, and he became proud of that power. That's why he got affected and he started associating with the Narakasur. Jiva Goswami and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, they tell another esoteric understanding about this whole pastime. They tell that actually Mind and Dvivida, they are the eternal associates of Lord Ram in the eternal Vaikuntha, eternal Ayodhya. So just like Jay, Vijay fell down because Lord wanted to perform a pastime. So similarly, Mind and Dvivida, they are the eternal associates of the Lord, and they fell down because Lord wanted to prove and show the whole world the power of offending devotees and power of bad association. Whenever Lord wants to teach a lesson, he uses his own personal associates. So this is a whole background story about Dvivida. So Dvivida, he was friends with Narakasura, and then when he came to know that Narakasura is killed by Lord Krishna, he wanted to take revenge. So he started burning cities all around Dwarka. He started burning cities of Saurashtra. He started burning cities, villages, mines, and all the cowherd dwellings and houses. He started creating havoc everywhere. What he would do, he used to tear up mountains. That's how powerful he was. He had the strength of 10,000 elephants. He would tear up mountains and he would devastate all the neighboring kingdoms. And one time he entered the ocean, and with his hands, which had the power of 10,000 elephants, started churning up the ocean. And as a result of that, all the coastal regions, they were submerged in water. Sometimes it's like a wasp imprisons small insects. This Dvivida, he would capture men, women, and he would put them in a valley and close the entrance with the boulders. That's how he was so very wicked. So as he was harassing the kingdom, and sometimes he would pollute women also of respectable families, he heard somebody laughing and smiling, and he heard sweet singing from the Raivataka mountain. So he went there. So at Raivataka mountain, Balramji was enjoying with some of the Braj gopis, who were the gopis of Balramji. So this Dvivida, he saw Balramji dressed very nicely, wearing a lotus flower garland, and he was looking very attractive in a blue garments and lots of jewelry he was wearing, and he was surrounded by all the young women. They were singing, and Balramji was drunk in Varuni, and all the women, all the gopis, they were also enjoying. So this Dvivida, he was so wicked. He climbed on the tree branch, and he started shaking trees so that everybody could know that, oh, somebody is there. He started creating some sound like kilkila. That's what Shukdev Goswami says. The gorillas, they make such type of sound. So when all the Balramji's consorts, they heard and saw this monkey, they started laughing because they were young, and they are young girls. Shukdev Goswami says they are fond of joking. So they started laughing very innocently, and Dvivida, he started insulting Balramji. Started frowning his eyebrows and speaking harsh and insulting words. And then he started showing lower part of his body to all the gopis, all the ladies. Balramji became so very angry. He took a rock and he threw that rock at this monkey. But this Dvivida, he dodged that stone, and he started laughing and ridiculing Balramji. And Balramji was drinking this Varuni liquor. So he took the pot and broke the pot. This Dvivida broke the pot. And he laughed and offended Balramji. Balram became so very angry. And then what he did, he started pulling off the cloths of the gopis, all the girls. Seeing all this, Balram, he was furious. and he was ready to kill him. He made up his mind to kill him. He took out his plow weapon. So Dvivida, when he saw that Balram is coming, he uprooted a very huge sal tree and he threw towards Balramji. And actually he hit him on his head with that tree. Balramji is the Supreme Lord. What can happen to him? He stood motionless there as if nothing happened. And he, caught hold of that tree and tore it apart, into thousands of pieces. Balramji then, he took his club and he started, attacking Dvivida. He started uprooting one tree after another. He would uproot one tree, throw at Balram, and Balramji would dodge him, or shattered would that tree into hundreds of pieces. In this way, Dvivida, he uprooted all the trees which was there on that Raivataka mountain. Completely, the whole place became treeless. And then nothing was remaining. So this Dvivida, he started now, throwing all the stones. He started uprooting all the big boulders from that mountain, started throwing towards Balramji. And Balramji would crush all those stones into powder. And then Balramji and Srila Prabhupada in Krishna book, he writes something very interesting. So what this Dvivida he was doing, he was throwing stones, and Balramji with his club, he was hitting all these stones and crushing them to pieces. Prabhupada writes, even today there are many sports in which people, they enjoy striking a ball with a stick or a bat, So all the propensities, so this cricket and, this is all coming from Krishna and Balram. So all the propensities to, play and sports is coming from Krishna. So Dvivida, he now, when he saw nothing is working, he now made up his fist and he came running to hit Balramji on his chest. Balramji, when he saw the opponent is not having any weapon, he also threw his club and plow, and he also ran to attack him. With his fist, he started beating on the collarbone of Dvivida. And because of the sheer attack, sheer pressure and thrust of the fist, this demon, he collapsed, started vomiting blood, and he died. And when he fell down, the whole Raivataka mountain shook as if earthquake had come. All the devatas and the sages, when they saw this beautiful, very powerful, pastime of Balramji, they all started showering flowers, started glorifying Balramji. Victory to you, all obeisances unto you. Oh, well done, excellent, excellent. That is the wonderful pastime of Balramji. After killing Dvivida, Balramji returned back to his capital. So this is the end of this 67th chapter. 68th chapter is entitled The Marriage of Samba. So now Shukdev Goswami says, Duryodhana Sutam Rajan Lakshmanam Samitinjayah Swayamvarastham Harat Sambo Jambavati Sutaha. So Shukdev Goswami now tells another very interesting story of the prowess of Balramji. So first prowess was how Balramji pulled Yamuna Devi, how he killed Dvivida. Now Shukdev Goswami is going to tell the third pastime of the power of Balramji. So one time, Jambavati Sutta, Samba is Jamavati Sutta. So he was very, very powerful warrior. Samitinjayaha. He was ever victorious in battle. So one time there was a Swayamvar ceremony arranged for the daughter of Duryodhan. Her name was Lakshmana. Duryodhana Suta. Her name was Lakshmana. So what this Samba did, he went at the Swayamvar ceremony of Lakshmana and he kidnapped Lakshmana. So Duryodhan, he was very attached to his daughter, and daughter, this Lakshmana, she was abode of all the wonderful qualities, very qualified, and many kings wanted to marry her. She was very beautiful and full of all the wonderful qualities. So Duryodhan, he had arranged for a Swayamvar ceremony so that this Lakshmana could choose her husband. But even before, she could choose her husband, Samba came and forcibly kidnapped her. Srila Prabhupada writes in Krishna book that although this Lakshmana, she was not so much interested in marrying Samba, but still forcibly Samba took her away. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives another reason, another meaning of the word Samba. Why he was called as Samba? Sa Amba. So this Jambavati was Samba, he was very attached to his mother. He would always stay with his mother only. So Sa Amba. Amba means mother. Sa, who was always with his mother. So he was very dear to Jambavati. And therefore he was dear to Krishna also. So that's why he was called as Samba. That is the reason Chakravarti Thakur gives. So Samba, he wanted to marry Lakshmana and therefore he forcibly kidnapped her. So when this happened, all the Kurus, they said, oh, just see, this boy has offended us. How can he do that? How can he kidnap our girl against her will? She did not want to marry her. So how could he do that? So then they decided, we have to arrest this ill-behaved Samba. Will teach these Vrishnis a lesson. What will these Vrishnis do? If they will come to fight, we'll teach them a good lesson. And then they tell, oh, we have granted them the land they are ruling. Who are they? They are insignificant. And Chakravarti Thakur writes that, all these Rishni, all these Kurus, they took permission of the elders. They took permission of Bhishma and Kripa. So Bhishma and Kripacharya, they told, do not kill Samba. Just arrest him, because now he has touched Lakshmana. So she cannot be given to anybody else in marriage. So therefore, please don't kill him. Just arrest him, because we want to show these Vrishnis their position. They are so very proud of their power. We'll arrest Samba and then they will understand who they are. With all these intentions, they came and attacked Samba. All the powerful warriors headed by Karna and Karna, Duryodhan, Shala, Thuri, Yagyaketu. So these 6 warriors, they went and they attacked Samba. And they said, oh, stand there and fight. Do not run away. How can you kidnap our girl, our daughter? So when Samba, he saw these warriors coming, just like a lion stands, this Samba stood there with his very powerful bow. And as we discussed in the earlier chapters also, we heard that all the sons of Krishna, they were equal in power. They were equally powerful, equally opulent. So Samba was no less. So he stood there. And the Samba, he started shooting arrows. All the warriors, there were 6 warriors, very powerful. And Samba, he was like a young Kumar, and they were very elderly, powerful warriors who had fought many wars. All 6 of them, they started shooting arrows. Although this Samba was, being treated unjustly, 6 warriors against 1, but still he didn't, get scared. He could not tolerate this attack. He retaliated with equal force, So many warriors against one, but Samba, he was fearless. He started shooting arrows with his arrows. He struck down the horses and the chariot, and he cut off the bows of many of the warriors also. But there were six, and they were attacking simultaneously. So therefore, somehow they brought this Samba down from his chariot, and with one arrow, the chariot was struck down, the chariot driver was killed, and with great difficulty, the Samba, he was arrested. Srimad Chakravarti Thakur writes that actually it was all the pastime of Krishna. Otherwise, nobody could arrest Samba. Krishna wanted to show the world the power of Lord Balramji. It was the will of Lord. That's why he was arrested. That's why Kurus could win over Samba. So now, as Samba was arrested, Narad Muni, he went to Yadus and he told everything. Narad Muni always, is eager to facilitate the pastimes of Lord Krishna. That's how he is expert in. He always wants to take pleasure in facilitating all the pastimes of Lord Ram, Lord Krishna. So he immediately went and he informed Yadavas what had happened. And when the Yadavas, they heard that Kurus, out of their audacity in a wrong way, they arrested Samba. 6 warriors, they attacked Samba and they arrested. They became very, very angry, and they were preparing for a war. Ugrasena, he ordered, okay, you go and attack. We'll attack the Kurus and we'll teach them a lesson. So Balramji was there. Balramji was having a good relationship with the Kurus also. So he, intervened and he calmed them down. They were already putting on their armors, They were just preparing to just go and, attack all the Kauravas. But Balramji said, don't worry, I will solve the matter. What is the need of quarreling? Kurus and Vrishnis, we are family members. Why we should fight? So accompanied by some Brahmanas and some of the elderly people, Balramji, he went to Hastinapur. And, when he reached Hastinapur, he didn't enter Hastinapur. He just waited at the outskirts. He made his camp in a garden there, in the outskirts of Hastinapur, and he sent Uddhava. He sent Uddhava to go and meet Dhritarashtra to know his intentions. He wanted to see whether they are interested in fighting or do they want to settle things without fight. So Uddhava, as per the orders of Balramji, he went and he offered respects to all the Kuru elders, Dhritarashtra, Bhishma, Drona, Karna, Duryodhan was also there. And they also were so very happy when they saw Uddhava. So Chakravarti Thakur writes that, actually it is not mentioned that Uddhava, he offered his respects to Yudhishthira also. Because that time Yudhishthira had made a city in Indraprastha. So that means this pastime happened after, this Indraprastha was made. So from these things we can understand the chronology, the sequence of events. Because many times in Bhagavatam, the story does not go in a chronological order. Because it is all depending on the inspiration of Shukdev Goswami and Parikshit Maharaj. Whatever Parikshit Maharaj asks, Shukdev Goswami answers. So, Shukdev Goswami is telling that now after Uddhava told that, oh, Balramji has arrived, all the Kauravas, they became very, very happy. Because Balramji was their dear well-wisher. But it was Balramji who taught Duryodhan the mace fighting. he had good relationship with Kauravas also. So they became very, very happy, and they first of all they honored Uddhava, and then they brought so many gifts, and they went out of the city to welcome Balramji. And when all these Kauravas and Balramji they met, they were so very happy. They embraced and welcomed each other. Both the parties they asked about the welfare of the other one, and after everything is done, all the greetings, all the good wishes, you know, then after that, Balramji he spoke. Then he told the real reason why he had come. Ugrasena shiteshesho yadva agyapayat prabhu tad avagradhya shrutva kurudhvam avilambitam. So he's telling Ugrasena Shiti Isha Isha. Ugrasena is our master and he is the king of all the kings of the earth. Yadva Agya Payat Prabhu. And he has ordered what? Please hear very attentively. I am going to tell what he has ordered. So he's telling that you may be the kings, but Ugrasena is the king of all the kings. Even Indra offers his respects to Ugrasena. Indra has given his Sudharma assembly and Parijata. So who are you? You are ordinary kings of this world. Actually, it was because of Krishna that Ugrasena, he was getting all the respect, because personally Ugrasena was not such a powerful king. It was Krishna who brought Sudharma palace. It was Krishna who brought Parijata tree. But because Krishna, he had given the position of king to Ugrasena, so Ugrasena was getting all the respect. So Balramji is telling, oh, do you know who is Ugrasena? He's the king of all the worlds. He's the king of all the kings. So please listen. Yadyuyam bahvastvekam jitva dharmena dharmikam abadnitat tanmrishe bandhunam aikyakamyaya. So he's telling, Yadyuyam, all of you, adharma jitva, you have irreligiously conquered over Samba. Many warriors, they have defeated one person. It is not dharmic, it is adharma. And this is what Ugrasena is telling. So still I am tolerating this because you are our relatives. So please, we don't want to fight with our family members. Please immediately bring Samba in front of us. Even before Balramji could complete the statement, could see the faces of Kurus becoming red with anger. And they started uttering so many foul words and so many, abuses. So Kurus, they were so very angry. They were furious and they started speaking. Aho mahachidramidam kalagatya duratyaya arurukshyattu panadvai shiro mukuta sevitam. Such impudent words these Kurus, they are speaking. Aho mahachidramidam, just see how amazing this is. Kalagatya duratya, this is all the will of insurmountable time. Just see how this force of time. Are arurukshati upanadvai, just see a lowly shoe wanting to climb the head. So that is the impudence of the Kurus. Kalagatya duratyaya. Actually, what they want to tell is, they are telling about themselves. Just see how degraded time has come. Degraded time of Kali Yuga has come. We are Kurus, now they are offending the Supreme Lord. That shows the age of Kali has begun. They are telling that, oh, the Vrishnis, they are like the shoes. And we are like the head which bears the crown. That is the power of pride. That is the power of intoxication by wealth and strength. Wealth and power corrupts. Vidya tapo vitta vapo vayokulai satam gunai shad pirasattametara smritau hatayam bhritamana durdrisha stabdhana pashyanti hidhama bhuyasam. Vidya, tapa, vitta, vapu, vayo, and kula. These six qualities, high education, austerities, wealth, youthful body, beautiful body, being born in a very, very prestigious family, these are all very, very wonderful qualities. Satam gunai shadpira sattametara. These six qualities, when they manifest in godly and saintly people, they are glorified. But when these same qualities, when they appear in people who are proud of these qualities, then they cannot understand the greatness of a person standing in front of them. So these gurus, because they are intoxicated by their pride, their wealth, uh, their power, their youthful body, strength, influence, they could not even understand who is standing in front of them. Who is Balramji, Supreme Lord? Who is Krishna, Supreme Lord? Lord Krishna is telling to Lord Vamanadev is telling to Bali Maharaj that all these qualities, somebody can digest these qualities and remain humble only if he is a devotee. Janma karma vayo rupa vidya aishwarya dhanadibhi yadi yasya na bhavet stamba tatraya mad anugrahat. He's telling, if somebody has all these wonderful opulences, janma, karma, vayo, rupa, vidya, aishwarya and dhan, yadi yasya na bhavet stambha, if he does not become proud of these things, that means you should understand that he has received my mercy. So only by the mercy of the Lord one can remain humble. Otherwise, as Kunti Maharani says, she says that all these wonderful qualities, edamana madapuman, they can make a person intoxicated. So therefore, only if Lord shows mercy, then a person will become humble and stay humble in spite of having all these qualities. So as we can see in this case of Kurus, Supreme Lord is standing in front and they are speaking in such a foolish way, wicked way. And they continue for many, many verses. It is because of us that, we allowed these Vrishnis to have a bond with us in marital relationship. And we granted them, we allowed them to sit in an equal level. And by our mercy, they are, we agreed to share our wealth with them. We agreed to share our seats, our bed, our meals. Indeed, we have given them their royal thrones. Who are they? They are nothing. So they are telling how only because Kunti got married to Pandu. That's why, we are having some relationship with them. Jiva Goswami tells actually they are reminding Balramji only. They are telling their mother Rohini got married to Vasudev. And that's how they are related. So Rohini was from Kuru dynasty. So she got married to Vasudev. That's how they are related. So therefore, Vrishnis, they are nothing. And now because we looked the other way and we allowed the Vrishnis to grow, we allowed them to use the royal paraphernalia, the conch shell, the peacock feather fan, the yak tail fan, the thrones and the crowns. So they are using it. We allowed them to use. Otherwise, who are they? Huh? We allowed them. We were not so much concerned because they were anyways inferior families. So why to care about all those inferior people? So we didn't pay any regard to them. But now we will not allow this to happen. Alam yadunam naradeva lanchanai dhatu pratipai faninami vamritam yesmat pradapo pachita hi yadava agyapayantyadya gatatra pabata. So they are telling that now we will not allow these Yadavas to continue using their royal paraphernalia. We gave them, and now they are behaving like a snake which is fed by the milk. They have become more poisonous. Now we will not allow them to use all these paraphernalia. They have lost all shame, and they are commanding us. So just see the foolishness of all these gurus. And then they tell, you think you are favored by Indra because Balramji told, oh, you are, we are the kings and the kings of the world, and even Indra is offering respects. So the gurus, they are telling, you are telling about Indra. You are proudly thinking that you are favored by Indra. Arey, what that Indra will do? Even if Indra comes, he cannot take anything from us. We have Bhishma, Drona, Arjuna, Duryodhana, all the Kurus. They will not give anything to even to Indra. So very, powerful we are. So that's how they are telling. And then Shukadeva Goswami says, in this way, this arrogant Kurus were puffed up by their opulence. They spoke such harsh words. Such harsh words they were speaking. And we'll see, actually, these words were spoken by those arrogant, proud Kauravas who were anyways inimical. Bhishma was not there speaking all these words. Kripacharya was not there speaking all these words. So when Balramji, he heard all these words, he simply became more and more angry. So after saying all these arrogant words, they went back, So they had come out of the city to welcome Balramji, but they ended up blaspheming Balramji, Krishna and Vrishnis. And then they went back. So Balramji, after seeing this impudence of all these Kauravas, he started laughing very loudly. He was very angry. He was even looking frightful to look at. But he started laughing very loudly and he started speaking. So Balramji was thinking, let them say what they want. Let them do what they want to do. And after they went, then Balramji did what he should have done. So Balramji, now he started speaking to all the other citizens who were there assembled. Out of pride, they do not have peace of mind. They are so very passionate. They have lost all their sense of discrimination. Now, just like an animal is pacified only by punishment, by stick, these Kauravas will be pacified only by punishment. Oh, only gradually. So Balramji is regretting now. I tried so much. And I could convince Krishna and Yadavas and Vrishnis. Otherwise, they were raging with anger and they were about to come and attack and destroy all these Kauravas. And somehow I tried and I pacified them. And just see this impudence of these Kauravas. They are so dull-headed. They are not even understanding. They are repeatedly disrespecting me and disrespecting even Krishna. And then in the 6 verses, he's remembering what all they said. They are telling Ugrasen is not fit to command. Or even Indra is falling at his feet. All the planetary rulers, they are obeying him. And he's telling Ugrasena is not fit. And then he tells, and they told Yadavas are audacious. They insulted even Krishna. How can they insult Krishna? Are Krishna has Sudharma assembly hall. He brought Parijat tree. Are who is Krishna? Yasya Padayugam Saksha Shri Upaste Kileshwari Sanarhati Kilo Shri Sho Naradeva Parichadare, goddess of fortune herself is rendering service. Yasya Padayugam Sakshat, at the lotus feet of Lakshmi, as at the Supreme Lord, Lakshmi Devi Sakshat is there ready to serve. All these kings of the world, they are after Lakshmi Devi. And Lakshmi Devi is serving Supreme Lord. How can they tell this? Yasyangri Pankaj Rajo Kilaloka Palai Mauli Uttamay Dhritam Upasati Tirtha Tirtham Brahma Bhavohamapi Yasya Kala Kalaya Shri Chodvahema Chiram Yasya Nipasanam Kwa. So he's telling, Yasya Angri Pankaj Raja, are the dust of Krishna's lotus feet, are even the controllers of the universe, they are hankering to put on their head. What to speak of the controllers of the universe? Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, they are hankering to have that dust on their head. All the principal planets, their presiding deities, they are eager to serve and get the dust. Even Lakshmi Devi is ready, and even I am simply a part of that Supreme Lord. And they are telling that Krishna is not qualified to wear this royal paraphernalia. And they are telling that Vrishnis, we are enjoying only a part of land given by them. We are enjoying a parcel, and we are shoes and they are head. So, Balramji is very furious and remembering all these words of Kauravas. After speaking all these sarcastic words, now he is telling the fact. He says, these Kauravas, they are puffed up by pride. I will show them the actual position. Who could tolerate such impudence of Kauravas? Any actual ruler will never tolerate these words of Kauravas. They have behaved in such a wrong way. Today I shall get rid of Kauravas, get rid of earth of all these Kauravas. Balramji, he took up his plow and he dug up whole Hastinapur, and with his plow he started striking all the land, and the Hastinapur was separated. Whole Hastinapur was separated from earth. Started dragging Hastinapur with the intention of drowning the entire Hastinapur into Ganga. Srila Prabhupada, he writes that actually, when he writes in the Krishna book, when Balramji started dragging Hastinapur, there was a great tremor and earthquake. Everybody was thinking as if the entire city is going to collapse. Because an ordinary tremor can destroy big buildings. Entire city is moving, shaking. And Chakravarti Thakur tells that Balramji, with his plow, he separated the entire Hastinapur, and he was dragging, and he ordered Ganga, except Samba, you enter Hastinapur and drown everybody. Nothing should happen to Samba. That was the instruction of Balramji to Mother Ganga. So now, as the entire city was trembling and shaking, and it was like a raft, in the sea. It was completely moving. All the Kauravas, they were completely bewildered and fearful. They understood what mistake and offense they have done. They became really terrified. taking all the family members, all the Kauravas, placing Lakshmana and Samba in front. They ran to take shelter of the Lord, because they were thinking at least Lakshmana or Samba ko dekh ke shant to ho jayenge thoda, So they took them and put them in front, and they came running. Immediately they understood who is Balramji. That's how the pride, Krishna and Supreme Lord can crush the pride in a moment if he wants. So immediately all these powerful warriors who were saying so many big things, immediately they came and surrendered. They fell at the feet of Balramji. Ram Rama Khiladhara Prabhavam na Vidamate Mudhanam na Kubuddhinam Shantum Arasya Tikramam. O Ram, Akhiladhara, you are the foundation of the entire universe. We did not know your power. Prabhavam na vidamate. We are foolish. We are so very ignorant, and therefore we have committed an offense unto you. Please forgive us. You are the cause. You are the creator, maintainer, and destroyer of the entire universe. You are the cause of all causes. Tameva murnidam ananta leelaya bhumandalam vibharshi sahasramurdnam ante cha yasvat niruddha vishva seshe dvitiya parishishyamanaha. They are telling, O unlimited one, Sahasramurdana, you have 1,000 heads, and as your pastime, you are carrying this entire globe on your head. You are at the time of destruction, everything enters into you, Antecha. You are the Supreme Lord, and after everything is destroyed, you are only remaining. कोपस्ते अखिल शिक्षार्थम न द्वेषा न च संवत्सरात् बिभ्रतो भगवान सत्वं स्थिति पालन तत्परः. Kopaste, oh my Lord, your anger is just destroying everyone. And actually they are telling that this anger is actually your mercy. It is not a manifestation of envy, because you are not envious of us, you are showing mercy to us. They are realizing now, out of our wealth and opulence, we are proud, we are intoxicated, and because Lord is so very merciful, he has destroyed our pride. He has made us realize who we are and who he is. In this way, they are offering beautiful prayers. We are bowing down to you. You are the soul of all the beings. You are the creator, destroyer. We are taking shelter of you. You. So when Balramji he heard such piteous prayers, he becomes very pleased very soon when he sees somebody surrendered in front of him. Lord Balram said, "Do not fear. Do not be afraid." And he immediately forgave them. So Duryodhan, he arranged for a huge dowry, and he arranged Samba and Lakshmana to be sent in nice, very beautiful chariot. Along with the chariot, he gave dowry of 1,260-year elephants, 1,20,000 horses, 6,000 golden chariots, and 1,000 maid servants, all decorated with golden lockets. And in this way, Lord, Balramji accepted all this offering, and along with Samba and Lakshmana, he returned back to Dwaraka. And all the Dwarkavasis, when they saw Balramji returning, they were so very happy. And Balram, when he entered Sudharma assembly, he told everything in detail, what happened in Hastinapur. And Shukdev Goswami, he ends the story by telling that even today, the city of Hastinapur is visibly elevated on the southern side on the bank of Ganga, which shows the prowess of Balramji. Prabhupada, he writes an interesting pastime, interesting paragraph in Krishna book. He says, actually, all these Kurus, they superficially insulted Balramji. Why? They wanted to see the inconceivable prowess of Lord Balram. That's why they challenged Balram. And as soon as Balramji he started dragging, immediately they came and they surrendered. It's because they wanted to just see the prowess and they were so very happy. So immediately they came and surrendered. They brought Samba and Lakshmana. So that is the end of this chapter. So we'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Granthra Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Krishna Bhagavan ki jai.